In this video, what I'm going to show you is the difference between LIFO and averaging as selling methods, and a little bit of how that is impacted into the system. You'll find those two options under System Defaults, Company Setup. You'll get this little warning screen, and it's under Miscellaneous tab 1, and you'll see LIFO or averaging. Almost everyone uses LIFO, but this is a question you need to ask your accountant. Which system or which method is best for you, and then take that advice and run with it. So we're going to go into an inventory item here that I just created offline a minute ago, and it's called Test 1, and it has a pricing of $100. I have no inventory in stock on this item. Have a selling price of 100. You see these boxes are all empty. Vendor, the only thing I have in vendor is cost from vendor, $75. Now you notice that cost from vendor is highlighted. The reason cost from vendor is highlighted is because I picked LIFO, and that's telling me that the system is going to use the dollars in this field for all its margin and cost of good calculations that's going to come out of this field. So in this case, it's taking $75 over a selling price of $100, and that creates a margin of 25%. If I wanted to see that, I could go to Edit, highlight this field, and there's my margin. This was saying list price before, but when you go into field, it gives you margin. And so I'm going to save that, and now it goes back to list price. So that's our item here. I'm going to go out of this screen right now and just go into a sales screen real quick, and I'm going to sell one of these for $100. I'm going to process, hit the up button. I'm going to turn off the printer just for this one sale, and then close out the ticket, and I'm going to go back into inventory, and we're going to look at test 1. And level should be -1 because I had 0 before I sold 1, and this is under control of an option in the system, the ability to sell when you're at a 0 quantity. Pricing stayed the same. Our margin through sales is 25%. We sold 1. Our total income on this item is $100. And if I go to well, vendor, with nothing here changed. If I go to a end of day report, daily money for system for today, I had a few other sales I did earlier today, but this number will show up. Our gross profit was 50% from the other sales that we made, and then this kind of tells you a little bit about the sales you've made today. Tax, I sold $200 items. There was 7% tax, so there's $14 in tax, and then received in cash $214, 14 of which was tax, and our goods sold were $200. Goods tax were $200. Cost of goods was $150. That would be $75 twice, and then subtotal sales $200. So that kind of tells you a little bit about the daily money thing. So now I'm going to go in here and use the system the way it's intended to use. Not everybody uses it this way, but I'm going to show it to you. You go into either non-PO or PO purchasing. We use non right now. I'm going to select a vendor. I'm going to find that item. And this would be something that would be occurring when you're receiving the product. Okay, so I'm in the mode of receiving this product in from a vendor. I've put in the item. I could scan it, could find it a couple of different ways, and I'm going to put a quantity in. I'm going to say we had 10 come in. I'm going to keep the cost and the price the same. I could change those. I could change the cost. If I change the cost to say $70, then that's going to affect my margin, and it leaves the selling price alone. if I change the margin, that would affect the selling price. So I'm saying that I want to make a 25% margin on this cost. That's my thing. So I'm going to go back here to $75, which is my cost, and my margin of 25%, and go back here to 25, and my selling price is back to $100. So at this point, I'm happy with what I see here. I'm going to post the inventory. So yes, it's now posted. If I go back into the system and inventory, and I go to test 1, I'm going to see my levels are now 9. Remember, I had a -1 before. Pricing stayed at 100. The margin is still 25. My average cost each is $75 or $83. And true cost is 75. Total ever spent was $750, $100 in total income. And if I go to vendor, there's cost from vendor $75. I bought 10 of them. Last paid $750. My last sale was here, and last clerk and last sale occurred, and all that. I added it today, as you saw. So that's how LIFO and FIFO kind of function in the system. Again, very careful to note that cost from vendor is always cost from vendor, and you always put it in there. But the system uses the field that's highlighted for its calculations. In this case, it's going to be cost from vendor. If it was averaging, then it would be this average cost. And again, check with your accountant to see which way you want to go on that. That's not a question that we have expertise in answering. So that's selling method and how it affects the system. Any questions, obviously, you can always give us a call. The number, our contact name and number at the bottom of the video here, and you can give us a call. If you're an established customer of ours and you're signed up with our credit card processing, then the cost for support is, as you know, either zero or a minimal amount based on how much credit card business you do. If you're not on with credit cards with us, then you're paying a monthly or a yearly support fee. If you're not a customer with us yet, and you want to be, obviously give us a call. This POS system has been out for, I don't know, 15, 18 years, and I've been selling it for about the last 17 or so directly, and I think it's a very good system. What makes it even better is my support. So give us a call, and we'll talk to you on the next video. Thank you.